Alright, hello everyone and welcome to this Street Fighter V upload, which I'm entitling How to Improve, etc, etc. I don't really know what else to call it, but basically the point of this video is going to be to show you guys who may be having trouble with this game, how to improve in it, how to get better, etc. So we're going to start with the match. If I lose, that'd be great. If I win, I mean, it's Alex. Alex is a really difficult matchup for Nash, so we'll see how it goes. But what I want is to lose, because that's going to start the whole learning process that I want to demonstrate to you guys. So let's play this one out and see how things go.
Fight! Sonic! Sonic! Yeah! Round 2. Fight!
Wow, that was crazy. That was so whack. He wasted his whole bar for an anti-air. Come on, man. That was whack.
Looks like you could use more.
I can respect it a little bit, but that was garbage.
Final round.
Come on, man. All of that just to get an anti-air.
Right here. Get lost.
That was my fault. Dude. He's just too eager to try and get a grab on me, but I didn't lose that match, unfortunately. But I guess we can try to use this match as the basis for our learning tool, because like I said, I feel like it's a difficult matchup. I guess I must just be getting better at playing that shit, because he couldn't gimmick me with the usual stuff that Alex players do. So let's go ahead and head over to the replay section, because that's where the learning process really begins. We'll just pretend we took a loss. What I'll do is just focus on the round that I lost. So we'll just learn from that. Alrighty, so analyzing your replays, you want to turn on the keys so that you can see what you were doing and also what your opponent was doing, whether it be you getting counter hit or them getting counter hit. You want to see what they were trying to throw out. I'm going to focus on the round that I lost, which was the second round.
Round 2.
And I want to look at my mistakes and what I let him get away with. If I didn't punish things, you know, with max damage, if I just kept being repetitive to the point where I got downloaded and I didn't know it. Like right there, I failed to get the anti-air. Right there, I'm not teching the grab. These are all things that you want to take note of when you look at your replay and see why you lost or what you could have done differently. Like again, I got grabbed. That was a lucky trade because if the boom missed, I probably would have died. So yeah, and I jumped and I died. So two things I can say I noticed in that round that were a lot different from the last round. I believe is that I wasn't anti-airing as much as I should have been, and I kept jumping in to the point where he got that finishing blow on me just now. So with that being said, analyzing your replays really helps you pinpoint your bad tendencies and helps you find ways to replace them with good tendencies. Alright, searching for replays from higher level players is something that I really recommend you do, especially if you play a certain character but you may not have the skill behind you to pull off a win against a better player. It's always a good idea to go into the replay search in the CFN portion of the game, replay search right here, and just go to the refined section, and from here you can actually search for replays based on players LP, so you can go for higher level players. You can also search based on specific matchups, which I think is really great. So let's say I lost to that Alex player and I'm confused about how to approach the matchup. What I would do is go here, set the first character that's in the matchup to Nash, set the league points to whatever I think is a decent representation of how the character should be played. So I'll go for let's do 10. I'll go for 10k and up. Same thing with Alex. Find Alex in the options, put him at 10k. Oh, and you want to specify the upload date. Let's do the past 24 hours. As far as battle type, we'll make it a ranked match because that's where people tend to play more seriously. So I'll go ahead and search that. Now just give it a minute. Sometimes it does take a while, especially if it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to find results. Probably because I set the LP a little too high. So let's take it down to the 55 and up range, and we should definitely find something now. Okay, so here you have a bunch of examples of Nash versus Alex. Here's some platinum players for you to look at, you know, super golds, what have you. So definitely I encourage you, if you are struggling with a certain matchup and you don't know how to approach it, definitely use this feature because it will help you download the matchup a lot better as far as what you need to do more of with your character and what you need to do less of, especially if you can go in and see who won the match. So you want to look at the ones who won and what they did to win. And also sometimes you want to look at the ones who lost to see what they did and if it resembles anything you do, so you can try to remove that from your gameplay. Another thing I suggest in order to improve in this game at a better rate than just winning, losing, and trying to learn from your losses is to gain experience from other people's wins and their losses as well. Now you got a portion of that, or you got a glimpse of that rather, by looking at the replay search and looking for higher level players. But I also encourage you to actually follow one of the higher level players that you find. That way every couple of days or so you can take a look into their profile and see how they approach other matchups, or see if they're doing anything that you don't know about, new tech, new resets, etc. If you play the same character as this person, I encourage you to favorite them and follow them. I, for example, I have quite a few people in my favorites, but this dude right here, I've actually added him just from looking at his replays, and he plays a really solid Nash. He's an ultra platinum, and I've actually stolen a few things from this dude that have carried me pretty far. So finding somebody who plays the same character as you and is of a higher skill level will definitely help you improve your game, because it gives you a chance to see things that work for them and then implement them into your own gameplay. Not necessarily try to make yourself a carbon copy version of this person, but at least take little tidbits here and there, like seeing what works, what's effective, you know, and what's really strong in offensive pressure, what's the best way to play keep away, etc., etc. So I encourage you to do that also. Find a favorite and learn from them as much as possible. Alright, now something else I encourage you guys to do is, obviously, I mean, it's a no-brainer at this point, but you have to hit training mode religiously. Like, you can't play ranked consistently and then play training mode only when you run into a problem. Like, you have to, you know, you have to sharpen your pencil in order to take a test. Let's just put it like that. So every day before I actually play online, which I kind of haven't been doing a lot of, but every day before I play online, I always run what I call drills. You know, I always do the same things with Nash in training mode every day before I play online. So I'll practice certain links, certain setups, like you know, like from one side of the screen to the other. I'll just do crouching medium, crouching stand, crouching medium, crouching stand, just to make sure that the link is tight and I don't drop it at all. So I just do that from one end of the screen to the other, and then I'll do something else going back, like crouching medium, back medium kick, just to keep the links tight, keep my timing down and things like that. Then I'll go ahead and, you know, change it up a bit. I'll set the dummy to do like 3-frame jab on wake up. That way I can knock them down and practice my meaty setups, because in this game, even though Oki and Vortex are out, meaties can win you the game if you have them down packed enough. So yeah, definitely I encourage you guys to develop some sort of drill regimen just to work on your weaker areas. You know, make sure that your muscle memory is tight. That way once you get into an actual high level intense match, you don't buckle under pressure because your brain was trying to communicate something to your fingers and you just couldn't get the message through to your fight stick in time. Another tip I have to offer you in order to improve is to really analyze the matchup. And when I say really analyze it, I'm not just talking about learning what punishes what special moves. I'm talking about down to the normals, like what normals with punish another character's normals, what normals of your character out prioritize another character's normals. Because when it comes to playing footsies and getting counter hits at that mid-range game, like, it's very important to know. And with that, almost hand in hand for that matter, comes the task of learning the other character's frame data. You need to at least know what's plus on block and what's not. That way you don't sit there and hold needless pressure. A lot of people tend to use moves that feel like they're plus on block, but they're really not. They'll be like -2 or something like that, which means you do get to throw out a button, and if they try to do something after that move has been blocked, they will get counter hit for it. So it's definitely important to analyze the matchup, learn how to punish certain special moves, learn how to negate pressure, learn the character's strengths and their weaknesses, and then see how you can combat it with your own characters. So the other thing I wanted to touch on, besides working on just your training mode drills just to keep your links tight and more loose and fluent when you're in an actual match, is to work on strengthening your reactions. This training mode featured in this game is a really great system that allows you to program the dummy to do something repetitively, and you can set up to 5 different responses from the CPU. So I think it's really great. There's the option to have them record and just do whatever, you know, dash back and forth, try to shimmy you. You can have him do something on wake up. It's a lot of different options. So I really encourage you to find a character that you are struggling against as far as matchups go, and just slowly but surely add different actions to their recorded section. And then as you get better reacting to one, add another, just to keep you on your toes. And don't cheat by looking at the number that's showing which recording is playing. Just honestly try to react to it, because it will strengthen your reactions in the long run. And finally, the last piece of information I'm going to offer you as far as how to improve in this game if you've been struggling is to take notes. I mean, honestly, just take notes. When you run into a certain matchup repeatedly, some things you might remember just off of muscle memory. Certain things you'll forget. Like if in an instance some weird kind of trade happens and it works in your favor because it allows you to get a hit confirm or a combo, you need to write that type of stuff down, because it will come in handy later in the match, especially if you see an opponent abusing something that you know you have an answer for. Daigo does it. He has notes on how to beat, certain characters, detailed strategies. Infiltration has notes in his phone. We've all seen him look at it, when he's on the stream. So that's what I encourage you to do. Analyze each matchup and take notes. Take notes, and every week set a goal for yourself to analyze your gameplay. When you take a loss, look at the replay and pinpoint at least two things that you can work on as far as what not to do more of and what to try to do less of, if that makes any sense. Like for me, for example, I try to play a strong neutral and ground game, but I have a tendency to jump because that's just Nash as a character. But I don't go fucking up forward, up back happy with it. I try to do it when it's necessary, if that makes any sense. But I too still feel like I jump too much, so that's something I would try to work on, is jumping less and just sticking more so to footsies, zoning, and neutral. The other thing is I don't tech grabs as much as I should, and that deals with the portion I just spoke on, which is reactions. Strengthening your reactions is very important in this game, and there are a lot of tools supplied to you in training mode to help you do that. So that'll do it for this video. I hope you guys have been able to take something from it, if anything at all, just to help you improve your game, or at least inspire you to feel like you can reach newer heights and you're not just coming to a stalemate with this game and whatever league you're currently sitting at. So with that, I thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next upload. Take care.